Hello, happy Saturday.
It's starting.
Oh, it says live.
There you go. Okay.
Okay.
Happy Saturday, everybody. It's time for HLC Saturday Solutions.
All right, you are.
Oh, I'm Christina Rue from HLC Bookkeeping and Office Services.
I'm Krista Rue from HLC Bookkeeping and Office Services. We founded HLC in 2005 to help all of our um, community businesses, and it's been a wonderful journey. So, we want to give back by doing these Saturday solutions to answer the questions that we get most often
Mm-hmm.
from people starting a business or have been in business 20 years. They seem to be very whatever
Business is
question.
fluid.
It is. You got
Every
to
you got
be
to
fluid.
change as the times change. It's just the way it is.
That's right.
Yep, absolutely. So we are going to recap. Last week we talked about um,
Payroll.
payroll help and what solutions are out there, and reminded you to get your quarterlies done.
Mhm.
And we also talked about the difference between a health care program and a health share program, and how it's a cost effective benefit sometimes to move to a health share program for businesses. And then we talked about the versus employee versus subcontractor, and we said to go check out our YouTube page, which is your HLC, where we have a video that pretty much defines the relationship between employees and subcontractors.
Right.
So that's what our recap of the last one. This one we're talking about, I've been getting a lot of questions in reference to sales tax and use tax. So we created a handy dandy little, I guess you'd say,
Cheat sheet.
two-page cheat sheet on how to get them straight in your head and what they mean, and when you should pay it and all that other fun stuff. So if you comment or respond and private message me your email address, I'll be glad to send this out to you. Or if you want to call our office with that information as well, 724-561-7460, Monday through Thursday, 9 to 5. We'll be glad to go ahead and take your information and get that out to you. So sales tax and use tax in the state of PA can be a little bit confusing. So don't feel bad if you have questions about it. I still have questions about it. I've been doing this for years, a lot. And laws change. So you just have to kind of stay up with your industry, what's happening, what the state of PA considers taxable, and that sort of thing.
That's, that's pretty much it.
Mm,
Sales tax is a part of business, and you got to understand how it works.
exactly.
All right. And the second solution we wanted to talk about a little bit today is payroll packets.
Hmm.
Um, a lot of people, when they hire employees, they don't realize all the forms that they're supposed to keep on hand. So,
Hmm.
Christina's going to tell you that so you make
Oh,
sure you have it for each employee. And if you don't,
get them.
again, they can be found at irs.gov,
PA Department of
PA
Revenue.
Department of Revenue,
Hmm.
Munstats has the local forms.
Hmm.
So go
Yep.
ahead.
So basically, when you hire an individual, you have to now become an agent to collect payroll taxes that need then remitted to the federal, the government, state, local agencies. So you need the forms that tell you how much to withhold. So the first one's called the W-4 form. That's the federal form, where basically they tell you if they're single or married and that sort of thing, if they
How
have
many
another job,
deductions?
how many dependents they have, that sort of thing. And you should keep that signed and in their file. Absolutely. Now, when do you need to fill out a new W-4 form? Somebody moves their address, somebody gets a divorce, somebody gets married, somebody has a kid. They should be updating their W-4 form because that changes their
That's
deductions.
right. Anything where your employee life has changed, that should
Mhm.
trigger to you, hey, I got to update my forms too.
Correct. The local form is for residency certification form, it's called. You should have that on file so you know which local person to be remitting that sales tax to, or
Right.
the sales tax,
PSD.
the payroll tax to. It's called employee. What is it?
Earned income
Earned
tax.
income tax. Thank you. The EIT. I went blank. It's the code. Whatever. So the EIT, this is what the form that dictates that. And then you should also have an emergency form on file for your employees.
An emergency contact.
Right. Who should you be contacting if somebody gets hurt at work, or if you need to get a hold of them at their home number, they only give you your cell phone number. Like, you should definitely have all that information. Husband, wife, somebody you can call.
Significant other.
Yeah, if you can't get a hold of who that is. If you're going to be doing a direct deposit, you have to get a signed electronic form that gives you authorization to put money in their account as an employer.
Money out, because
Correct.
if you make an error on payroll and overpay someone, you want the ability to say, oops, I overpaid you by $400, I'm taking that back.
Correct. It has to be both ways.
Just make sure you communicate.
Correct. But if you have a good payroll service, you won't make those kind of mistakes. Okay. All right. So then we have what's called the I-9 form. That's proof of eligibility verification for U.S. citizenship by the Immigration Service. So you do, it's not a, oh, I don't feel like doing it. Nope, you have to do it. And I-9s cannot be filed with regular employee forms. That has to be kept separate, because that can't influence any future decision making for benefits, raises, that sort of thing. So, and it's just done at time that the person comes on board for your company. And then you have to sign off that you received 2 forms of ID or a passport. Passport's the easiest way to go, because you just need 1 document. But if you need 2 forms, you can have a photo ID and a birth certificate, or student ID
card,
social security card. But you should get one that has a picture of the person on it. All right, so I think that's really it. And then once you have the employee packet, you make the employee file. You put the date of hire, the first day worked. Anytime they get raises should be tracked in that file. Any evaluation should be tracked. Any discipline letters, all that should be in the employee file in one place. And yes, employees have the right to view their employee file at any given point in time. So they can ask to see it, but they can't take it off premise.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
All right, so that's the payroll hint, or what is it? Saturday solution. That you should definitely have those forms. And if you need those forms, again, contact us. We'll be happy to share and point you in the right direction where to get the most up-to-date forms.
All right. So then the last thing we're going to talk about is knowing when to say when. Christina and I today are both struggling with colds. We've tested, not COVID, just a crappy cold.
Yeah.
But it still makes you feel like crap.
Exactly.
And sometimes the brain gets a little foggy when you're all stuffed up. So as the business owner or a key manager, you have to know when, you know what, I can't do a whole day today. Because 1, I don't want to infect my fellow workers. And 2, am I really doing top quality job that I want to do? Correct. Because, you know, you have to have some intrinsic pride in what you do every day.
Exactly.
And if you're not at your best, you need to recognize that. And in that vein, quite honestly, as soon as we're done here, I'm going home to nap. Okay.
Is this confession time?
I know.
That's true. That's funny. Yeah. So just keep in mind too, like, you have to, if you want to keep working at optimum and do what's best for your business, your employer, your whatever, you have to make sure you're taking care of you. So that's knowing when you've reached your limits, when to say when to let people know, you know what, I'm off the table for this weekend. I just can't do it.
And to have the proper things. Like, we're going to Lysol the heck out of this.
Yes.
Since we were in this area, we have Lysol wipes, we have the Lysol spray.
Exactly.
You know, anything, because again, we want everybody to be happy in their work environment.
Yeah, there should be joy at work, people.
That's right. If there's not joy in your workplace, that's something you need to evaluate and figure out why. Because sometimes it's the environment, whether it's the color of the walls could be like oppressive, or quite honestly, you might have a sourpuss that's bringing the stuff down.
Saturday solution, Krista.
So like, We'll talk about
We'll
HR
talk about
issues
that, but it's
too.
all about setting healthy boundaries, not just for your business, but for yourself as well.
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely. So we hope you've enjoyed this version of HLC Saturday Solutions. We look forward to meeting with you next week. And we'll have 3 new things to talk about. So please feel free to make your comments. Let us know if there's something in particular you would like us to address. We'll be glad to do so. And again, Saturday Solutions, it's literally 10 to 15 minutes every Saturday just to give you something to think about, or maybe give you fresh information, or just
Because
hear another
usually,
point of view.
if we're getting 3 or 4 questions that week on a particular subject,
Yeah,
that's something that's going around in the business community.
right.
And you have to know you're not the only one who has these questions
Correct.
and concerns.
That's correct. Yep, because never feel alone.
Nope.
There's people out there always praying for you and hoping you do well in your business, so don't feel alone. Keep moving forward positively with joy.
That's right. Because remember, strong businesses make a strong community.
Absolutely. I love that. We should put that on the building or something.
Oh, we should.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe. We'll see. Talk to Rob Fegis. All right. Referral. All right. So then we will talk. We'll meet everybody next week. Hope you guys have a great Saturday. And I think that's it, right?
That's it.
Okay.
Bye bye.
All right. I'm going to end this live video. Have a great weekend.